What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? It's your boy Almighty Low, YouTube. Well, actually, excuse me, Low X Low. I forgot I changed everything up. YouTube, Twitter, Low X Low. I'm here. I want to talk about chapter number 69 of Boruto. Now, real quick, for the last 3 chapters, I guess you would say, life stuff happened, shuffling stuff around. That's why I haven't been really uploading any videos or anything like that. I do want to start re-uploading videos and trying new stuff out. Currently I'm in a spot where, well, you might hear a lot of reverb. It's a new place, not a lot of furniture. We do got a lot of boxes and stuff, so that's catching a lot of the audio. 2, my window's open. I'm kind of in the city. It's hot as shit, so you might hear some cars, skirt. But yeah, that's just gonna have to be how it is until I get situated some more. But this Boruto chapter was fire. Okay, it was fire. If I had to give it out of 10, it hit every notch that it needed to hit, right? So I'd say about 8.5. It was really good chapter. If you're new here, mainly what I do, I go over what's happening in the chapter, give my thoughts about it, and then most of the time near the end, I try to give a prediction on what's going to happen in the future. So yeah, I mean, we can start with a quick synopsis. I think the last chapter I did a review on was 69, so we'll do a quick synopsis. Chapter 66, Boruto quote unquote died, right? And then Kawaki fought Code, and that happened. Code, I believe, got away. Code got away using the young bull. I forget his name, but he used the young bull to full counter Kawaki. And yeah, that happened, right? So Momoshiki revives Boruto because he pretty much says, I'd rather be alive in Boruto's body than dead, period. Right, chapter 68. Yeah, chapter 68 was tough too. They go back into the village, right? Code pulls up on Amato because he has the ability. He uses his ability on Shikamaru's neck so he can slip in and out whenever he wants. And then Code, pretty much pulls up on Amato, tries to get him to unlock the limiters. Delta comes out of the pod, which I'm 50-50 on. I didn't think Delta would be the one to pull out the pod, but it's whatever. But at the end of that chapter, Ada pretty much came out of Code's slippery slip joint. I don't even know what it's called, but she came out of Code's ability, so Ada's in the room with Delta, Shikamaru, Amato, and Code. That's the room right now. Okay? So let's go on to chapter 69. The chapter starts out pretty much the chapter starts out Ada, like I said, everybody's in the room. Ada looks at Amato. Delta tries to attack Ada, but Ada's ability is crazy. I didn't expect it to work on Delta because I always thought Delta was a robot, but it seems like Delta's more so an android, where she still has her human side with her. So there's comedy. Ada says, "You're flashing me, Delta," which I thought was funny, but it's obvious that it's shown that it's automatic. I mean, we already knew that Ada's ability was automatic to force people to love her, but now it's automatic. And we get a little bit more information where, yes, potentially you can fight back, but if you try, you're most likely going to fry your own brain. So I mean, I think that tidbit of information will be important into how they tell the story, but it goes on a little bit further. Shikamaru contacts Ino, and they try to confirm what's going on. So that happens, right? Then we get the conversation of Sasuke and Boruto, and I fucked with this conversation heavy. Sasuke straight up says, "Bro, I'm sorry. It was my responsibility to stop Momoshiki, but I couldn't do it. When you needed me, I was gone. So I feel like this conversation of Sasuke sending with Boruto, Sasuke's pretty much saying, I'm not leaving your side no more, bro. Sasuke has stated multiple times he's going to be the one to stop Boruto the next time, and it's always just kind of like, you know what I mean, Boruto snuck Sasuke, so he couldn't get his chance there. And then now Boruto turned into Momoshiki. Well, yeah, Momoshiki came out, and Sasuke just wasn't there, you know. So this is the second time where Sasuke is kind of like, I'm the one that's supposed to stop you, but I can't stop you for whatever reason. So I think next we're going to see something along the lines of Sasuke's not going to leave Boruto's side. Boruto and Sasuke are definitely going to do missions alone. You know, maybe the rest of Team 7 comes along. I don't see Kawaki being able to leave the village soon. Or if he does, it's going to be, everybody's going to have to be there. But I don't think Kawaki would really want to leave the village if Naruto's not with him, because Kawaki wants to protect Naruto as much as Sasuke wants to be there to try to stop Boruto, if that makes sense. So I think it's going to be one of those situations where Boruto, Sasuke are going to train. I mean, when we get more into the story, let's not jump too far ahead. We get more in the story. Sasuke, Boruto, they're talking. Sasuke confirms that he knows that Kawaki had to pretty much kill Boruto in order to stop the rampage, which Sasuke is pretty much upset about that. But it's not because he's not upset because Kawaki had to do it. He's more so upset because he wasn't there to fulfill his side of the promise, if that makes sense, right? Now Boruto and Kawaki Boruto and Sasuke have the conversation of why it had to be Kawaki to kill Boruto. They pretty much all agreed that Naruto was never going to do it, right? And this is very important for Sasuke to hear. He did it because we're bros, and it's likely the same for him. He understood and accepted my resolve. That's what Boruto said to Sasuke as to why Kawaki just did it. No doubt, you know, just speed blitzed him and killed him, pretty much. Now, Sasuke hears this, and you know, we all know the story of Sasuke and Naruto. One needs the other. That's pretty much the story. One needs the other. That was the moral of the story at the end when they were fighting at the Madara and Hashirama statues. I forget, that's the Valley of the End. When they were fighting there, Naruto's pretty much saying, I can't do this without you, and whatever you're doing, you can't even do it without me, so we might as well be here together. That was the whole point. That's why they both lost the arm. They were supposed to be each other's right and left hand man. You're supposed to be that symbol, right? So in full circle, Sasuke hearing what Boruto is saying is very interesting, right? Sasuke says a line at the end of this conversation, because Sasuke allows Boruto to keep the headband, which, I mean, that's another conversation. I don't really know how to feel about this. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about Sasuke keeping Boruto keeping Sasuke's headband. Okay, so I had to do some research. So it gonna sound like it cut out. I'm not no audio editor. I had to do some research real quick, because from what I remember at the end of Naruto Shippuden, that's the anime, but you know, the manga is just Naruto. At the end of Naruto, Sasuke told Naruto he would keep the headband until quote unquote our real match. Now that could mean a multitude of things, but let's think about when Sasuke gave away the headband the first time. That's when Ishiki came in. The quote unquote real match in that is to believe that Sasuke and Naruto both thought that, you know, they could potentially die. Like, this is the last battle, pretty much. They didn't have much hope in staying alive. It didn't look good. You know, they were pretty much hoping that Kakashi and Koji did enough damage to Ishiki in order for him to be weak, and they could just finish him off. We learned Baryon mode, whatever, right? I don't think that was the real match, right? And the reason why I say that is because when we go into this Boruto 69 chapter, it talks about it some more, right? Boruto says, they talk about the headband. Boruto tries to return the headband, and Sasuke says, keep it, it's a gift. And Boruto's obviously excited because Sasuke is not only his teacher, his sensei, his OG, but he looked up to him, bro. He wanted to be a ninja like him. So obviously Boruto's excited, but Sasuke says, I might be the one having to show his resolve next. Now, this gets really, really deep, y'all. It gets really deep. Now, I don't know what the fuck this means. But when we go back and look at when we go back to Naruto and we look at what Sasuke said, and I just want to point out Sasuke's face in this panel is very grim. Like, he's given a very cold look. He's like, Sasuke is fighting something on the inside. It's obvious at this point. I think Sasuke sees Naruto love Kawaki, show Kawaki all this love and grace and shit like that, and he sees how it's hurting the village, And I think it's full circle to kind of how I think Sasuke feels. He just feels a lot of issues that are going on in the world at this point. So when he says, I might be the one having to show his resolve next, that could mean a lot of things. If you ask me, I think Sasuke, well, hold on, because that goes into what I think that's going to happen in the future. I think that's an important line, but let me keep going, right? Chapter continues. It's Sarita and Mitsuki, right? I think they pretty much confirmed Mitsuki gay. Like, no funny shit, but I mean, this conversation was pretty much Sarita and Mitsuki agreeing that they're pretty much agreeing that they're weak, which is needed in this story, I guess you would say. Sarita and Mitsuki, if they're going to be a part of Team 7, it can't just be the Boruto and Kawaki show. Like, y'all are still Team 7, bro. Y'all gotta step it up. They acknowledge that they have to step it up, and now they gotta go through I guess more training. Now, for me, Mitsuki can just focus on Sage mode, holla at his pops Orochimaru, see what Orochimaru can do for him if he wants to cheat, or he can train. Sarita, I don't know for Sarita, bro, because we know with the Sharingan it goes 2 Tomoe, 3 Tomoe, MS, EMS, blah blah blah, right? But from what I understand, all the events that would make Sarita unlock her Sharingan more have happened. The next event would be Boruto really dying, which, I mean, if Sarita was there and she seen Boruto die, that would have unlocked it. But Boruto really dying is one. Sasuke, if she would have seen Boruto attack Sasuke, that would have been an unlocker, but she ain't see that either. So it's just kind of like, it's a whole lot of shit that she ain't see, but if she saw, would have leveled her up, if y'all understand what I'm saying. So for her, she might have to go through more training as well. I mean, I don't know, because it's just like, what do you do? How do you get on Otsutsuki level, bro, without like Mitsuki's a clone, bro, so like he can always go back in the lab and just do that. I think it would be corny if they got scientific ninja tools, but I mean, I guess that's another way to level up. I don't know how these two can level up and be on not even the same level, similar levels. Kind of like how when Sakura was saying she caught up to Naruto and Sasuke, we all agreed that that wasn't true, but she did get substantially stronger to the point where it's kind of like, all right, you got to worry about her. I don't know unless it's years of training, but the way the story is going, years of training isn't enough. That's how I feel. They need something bigger than that. The gap is way too wide. It's way too wide. Honestly, the gap is way too wide. But in this little conversation, Mitsuki asks Sarita, yo, do you like actually before that, right? This is all important. This is the beginning of the conversation. Ready? If things have gone wrong, Boruto would be dead. Master Sasuke is likely feeling guilty as his teacher. That's what Mitsuki is saying. I certainly do. Even now, when I think that Boruto could have died without me being there, it still gives me chills. And suppose someone really were to try to kill Boruto, I really don't know what I would do to that person. That's what Mitsuki is saying. Mitsuki saying he rather die. So I mean, I fuck with it. But that's what Mitsuki's saying, and pretty much Sarita, at first she's surprised because Mitsuki don't really talk like that, but Sarita agrees eventually over time, just kind of like, yo, we both super weak, we can't do nothing about it, and if something happens to Boruto, our teammate, they'll both feel that way. That's what they both saying, and I think this is important. What Mitsuki's saying right here was probably the most important part of this chapter on a low-key scale, but I won't say nothing because we got to keep going. All right. So hold on, got a train going by. What the fuck? Okay, anyway. Sarita pretty much says the same thing, you know. She's getting angrier and angrier. I don't like how in the manga they gave Sarita these chubby ass cheeks though. Like, she looks, I don't know. She looks weird. But pretty much they say pretty much that conversation is just how much they want to help Boruto, right? Mitsuki throws in a little joke, and I like these little jokes. Mitsuki throws in a little joke, you know. Well, it's not really a joke because that's who Mitsuki is. Mitsuki's character is designed to be humorous because he doesn't know better. You know, he's a clone. He's technically not human. He hasn't grown up around other humans. So over time, he's learning about what other humans do, and in observing that, he states the obvious, right? So he says pretty much, so do you like Boruto? And, you know, obviously, Sarita being the 12, 13-year-old girl she is, she's gonna like clamp up and say, you know, what does that mean? Blah blah blah, right? And she jokes back and says, bro, do you like Boruto? And that's the end of that conversation, right? And then we fast forward to Naruto and Kawaki. This is all important. I think this is all setting up for the time skip. The people we see with each other are going to be the people who work together during the time skip. So I think Amato and Shikamaru, they're gonna play some heavy ass mind game. They're gonna be playing 8D chess throughout the whole time skip. Sasuke and Boruto, they're gonna be training. Mitsuki and Sarita, they're gonna be training. And Kawaki and Naruto, they're gonna be training. I think that's what's gonna be happening during the time skip. Now, where's KONOHA? I don't know, but that nigga's trash. So anyway, so they have the conversation. So the next part of the chapter, it shows Kawaki waking up from the hospital bed, and Sumire is in the room, right? And Naruto is in the room as well. So, you know, Naruto sitting there, you know, yo, what's up? You good? Right? Now, pretty much, Naruto asks Sumire to leave the room, and while Sumire is leaving the room, she's still in the room, but while she's leaving, Kawaki pretty much says straight up, so you're not going to condemn me for killing Boruto. Naruto makes the face because, and this is another one of those things where Kawaki doesn't fully understand that Naruto asking Sumire to leave the room was to have that conversation without there being a commotion throughout the village. But Kawaki's thinking like Boruto's dead. Like, Kawaki doesn't realize that Boruto's still alive at this point. So he says that because it's just like, all right, everybody has to know at this point. but he doesn't realize that Sumire doesn't know, right? So Sumire's like, what? You killed Boruto? And Naruto's like, nah, chill, Boruto's cool. Karma saved his life, this, that, and the third. And then Sumire is nervous. Kawaki killed Boruto? Right? And so they have this conversation. The most important part of this conversation pretty much is Naruto saying, I've said this before, Kawaki, but you belong here in Konoha, nowhere else. Everyone in Konoha is family to me, including you. That's the most important part of this conversation. Now, let's keep reading, because let's just keep going, because I'm gonna tell y'all what I think is gonna happen at the end. It's gonna sound crazy, it's gonna sound insane, but just hear me out, right? Now, Ino calls out Naruto and Sasuke and says, yo, do the mind transfer jutsu, whatever Ino got, says, yo, they attacking, Code is pretty much pulled up on Shikamaru and Amato. Come pull up, right? Now, I think it's very important. Sasuke brings Boruto because Sasuke's like, all right, yo, I'm not leaving Boruto's side ever again. I'm going to stop this nigga, and at all costs, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be here. So he's like, all right, let's go, Boruto. We out. Now, Naruto, and this is very interesting. Naruto gets the same call and dips out, doesn't tell Kawaki nothing, and Kawaki's using his eye, whatever eye this is. I don't know what ability he's trying to use in this scenario, but it's the same eye Ishiki got. He's using it, and he feels resonance in his karma. So to him, he knows something's going on, and it's bigger than just Naruto saying, yo, there's something I gotta take care of, right? And this is why I fuck with Shikamaru, right? So they go back to the lab. Boom. Ada pretty much kind of explains her abilities and how they work and why Shikamaru can attack. She compliments Shikamaru for having such a strong will for even trying to attack, because she pretty much says, you know, your brain's gonna fry if you try to complete this jutsu, right? So Shikamaru's like, yo, what the fuck's going on? They link. Ino links the call between Shikamaru and Amato for Amato to explain what's going on. So Amato pretty much explains the full ability, while, you know, Ada just gives kind of like a glimpse, like, yo, you're not gonna be able to do nothing. Shikamaru's just a real nigga, man. You know why? Because Amato gets ripped up by Code, right? Code is like, all right, bro, time for you to unlock these limiters, this, that, and the third. Now, Shikamaru automatically realizes that Ada is the highest level threat in the room. Code, yeah, he can fight, he can scrap, and he could probably kill us, but Ada, if Ada tells Code chill out, then Code's gonna chill out. So Shikamaru asks straight up, what are your motives? Why are you helping Code? What do you want? What do we do to you? Let's negotiate, dog. Ada says straight up, I just want Kawaki, bro. And Shikamaru was like, huh? That's really it? So Shikamaru makes a good decision. He says straight up, yo, tell Naruto and Sasuke, don't pull up. Listen, hear me out. Yo, Ada, you want to join up? Yo, Ada, you want to party up? And you see Code at the end saying, what? Yeah, Shikamaru just stole your girl, Code. I don't know what to tell you, dog. I don't know what to tell you. And that's the end of the chapter. So next chapter, we gonna see if Ada decides to join up with Konoha, which would be very, very strong, but I don't think it'll go as that simple. Mainly me, one, I don't see Kawaki liking Ada. He may know about Ada, I'm not sure. It's possible, but I don't see, like, y'all know Kawaki. He not fucking with nobody but the Hokage, so it's like he's not gonna be rocking like that. Now, I do think Kawaki can be manipulated without Ada's ability. We've just never seen Ada's ability to manipulate outside of her ability. You get what I'm saying? So if there was a Itachi level manipulator, if Ada's an Itachi level manipulator without her ability, then yeah, Kawaki's being manipulated and it's going differently. But I don't think it's going to be the case. And then I think that's when we're going to see I forget the young bull name. I forget his name. But that's when we're going to see the young bull like terrorize the village. Now, just real quick, here's why I say this chapter is very, very important. They're all picking the sides that they want to pick, right? It's obvious that Naruto doesn't trust Kawaki fully, but he loves and respects Kawaki. So Naruto is torn, right? Sasuke is torn as well, right? Naruto and Sasuke are, yeah, Naruto's the Hokage, but if you remember at the end of Naruto pretty much said, yo, I can't do this shit without you, you can't do this shit without me, we gotta do this shit together. So if one hand is slipping, the other one is there to try to help pick it up. Now, if you ask me, I think Sasuke all along wanted Kawaki just dead. Like, if we handle Kawaki now, we don't gotta worry about nothing. But Sasuke also respects what Naruto wants out of the situation. I think Sasuke trusts Naruto, but Sasuke sees that whatever Naruto is currently going through mentally as a Hokage and a father is tearing him apart. That's why Sasuke straight up said, yo, I'm gonna be your Boruto, I'm gonna kill you. If you wild out, I'm gonna be there to kill you, dog. And I think Sasuke has that same resolve for if Kawaki wilds out again. Now, here's what I think is gonna happen. Sumire got the information. I think I think Sumire is gonna leak information to the rest of Team 7, right? So that's one. Two, the next step behind that is everybody starts treating Kawaki like, well, they already treat him like a black sheep, but that treatment's going to be a little bit worse. Like, yo, you killed the Hokage's son, and the only one who understands that decision is Boruto. Like, Naruto is claiming that he understands the decision, but he doesn't fully understand, unlike Boruto. Boruto's the only one who fully understands what's going on, right? Now, this weird bubble is just going to lead to, whether it's Amato, Code, or Ada, or maybe even a new character coming and throwing a wrench into the relationship. So we know Kawaki wants to protect Naruto, and we've seen that Kawaki takes crazy measures to protect Naruto to the point where it harms everybody else. So I think there's going to be a Konoha civil war. That's what I think. Naruto on the one side. Naruto, it's not going to be Naruto. I think Naruto's going to be sealed. See, that's the thing. I think Kawaki's going to see, in order to fully protect Naruto, he's going to seal off Naruto, and then he's going to seal Boruto as well, because he's going to love Boruto like a brother. He says, yo, I'm going to place you where I put Lord 7th. But everybody else is grass. That's what Kawaki's thinking right now. Everybody else is just grass. I don't give a fuck about none of you niggas. And the only two people I care about is Naruto and Boruto. I think Sasuke is going to die from Kawaki. Niggas said it was going to be Boruto. I really think it's going to be Kawaki, because I think Sasuke is going to see Kawaki doing something wild and try to eliminate the threat. but in trying to eliminate that threat, Sasuke is just not strong enough anymore. Like Kawaki is eventually, because you see him in this chapter 69, you see him, he's just in the bed. I forget what Ishiki eye is. He has that eye already activated. He's already, you know what I mean, in that state. So I think Sasuke is going to die from Kawaki. I think Sasuke's death is going to cause Sarita to unlock MS, right? And then in her unlocking MS, she's going to try to attack Kawaki. I don't think she dies. Mitsuki might be there to kind of like save her and pull her out. But I think that's going to happen. And it's just going to be a civil war. You know, because some people are going to say, yo, Boruto's a threat because Momoshiki's still alive in him. Because technically he is a threat. That side hasn't disappeared. Yeah, Momoshiki can't take over Boruto's body, but if Boruto ever runs out of chakra, Momoshiki can come out. So some people are going to say, yo, Boruto needs to die. And that's what's going to get Naruto mad, and that's what's going to get Boruto mad. And then some people are going to say, yo, Kawaki got to go. He's doing crazy shit in the village, and he just got to go. For that side, we see people like Shikamaru, people like Sasuke, you know, kind of being on that side. I think it's gonna be mayhem in Konoha. I think that's what that time skip is the mayhem in Konoha. I think it's a civil war. Let me know what y'all think, man. Honestly, this wasn't really a review. It's more just me rambling. But I really fucked with this chapter heavily. I think Kishimoto is back in his flow of, you know what I mean, getting the story right. I hope there isn't like a super long ass war arc or something like that. I said civil war because I think it's going to be internal conflict. You know, mark that up however you want to mark that up. But you know, I think it's going to be internal conflict within Konoha that's going to cause Konoha Ninja to fight other Konoha Ninja. That's what I think. I think it's important that Sasuke said back in the day, he said, I'm only going to give this back once we have a real battle, right? He said that. And then he also says, in this chapter, he says, I might have to show my resolve to him as a brother. So I think I think those two things are connected. I think the headband is way more important than what we believe it to be. The headband has always been important since OG based Naruto. So I think that headband is going to show way more importance than what we're seeing. Even though it's very important now, it's going to show way more importance. I think if Kishimoto just wanted Boruto to just have the headband, whatever, and forget to give it back, he could have wrote it that way. I think Kishimoto specifically pointed out that Sasuke said, yo, you can hold on to that. I'm gonna have to show my resolve to Naruto. I think that's important. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like I said, it's LowXLow, YouTube, Twitter, LowXLow. I love y'all, support y'all, fuck with y'all. I'm out.